In late May 2025, a significant disclosure brought Russian military projects into sharp focus. Reports emerged from the Danish investigative group Danwatch and the German publication Der Spiegel. They claim to have obtained a massive collection of documents. These documents numbered around 2 million files. The files allegedly detail a large-scale modernization program targeting Russia's nuclear weapons facilities. The information reveals previously unknown details about substantial upgrades occurring at some of Russia's most heavily protected and secret military sites, offering an unprecedented glimpse into their current capabilities and future plans. The sheer scale of the modernization efforts described is quite extensive. Entire military bases are reportedly being leveled and completely rebuilt from the ground up. The construction includes hundreds of new barracks for personnel. New watchtowers are being erected for enhanced surveillance. Advanced control centers form the nerve centers of these upgraded facilities. Numerous new storage buildings are also part of this comprehensive overhaul. Furthermore, the documents indicate the excavation of several kilometers of new underground tunnels. These tunnels likely serve to connect facilities securely and provide hardened operational spaces, demonstrating a commitment to survivability and operational continuity under various conditions. One particularly notable example highlighted in the leaked data involves bases for the strategic missile forces located near Yasny, in the Orenburg Oblast of Russia. Blueprints specific to these locations were reportedly among the leaked files. Since 2019, this area has been equipped with Russia's Avangard hypersonic glide vehicle. The Avangard system is a highly advanced intercontinental ballistic missile featuring a maneuverable warhead capable of reaching speeds up to Mach 27. The inclusion of such specific and sensitive site plans underscores the depth of the information that has come to light, pointing to detailed insights into Russia's strategic deterrent. The investigation further claims that some of this sensitive information is remarkably current. Investigators reportedly identified blueprints for strategic nuclear weapons bases attached to public tenders as recently as the summer of 2024. This suggests that the modernization efforts are ongoing, and that procurement processes may have inadvertently exposed critical details. Accessing these documents apparently involved bypassing Russian laws significantly tightened in 2020, specifically to restrict access to military records and protect state secrets. The successful circumvention of these measures points to potential vulnerabilities in Russia's information security protocols concerning its defense sector. The leaked documents provide a granular look at the construction aspects of the modernization. They detail deliveries of vast quantities of essential building materials. These include large amounts of steel for reinforcement and structural integrity. Sand, cement, and bricks form the foundational elements of the new and rebuilt structures. The blueprints also specify types and thicknesses of insulation materials. This level of detail, covering even basic construction components, provides a comprehensive picture of the physical infrastructure being developed. Such information can be valuable for understanding the scope and intended resilience of these nuclear facilities against various threats. Beyond basic construction, the files reveal advanced security measures being implemented. Blueprints reportedly specify the installation of triple-layer electric fences around perimeters, designed to deter and delay unauthorized access. Seismic sensors are being deployed to detect ground disturbances or tunneling activities. Radioactivity sensors are also part of the security matrix, likely for monitoring and safety purposes. Furthermore, the plans include explosion-proof doors and heavily reinforced concrete buildings. These features are clearly intended to protect critical assets and personnel from attack or sabotage, reflecting a robust approach to physical security at these sensitive locations. The exposure extends to the internal layouts of these highly protected facilities. Details about living quarters for staff have reportedly been revealed, including the locations of washrooms and even gyms. Crucially, the placement of control rooms, which are central to operations, is also detailed. The plans show connections between different buildings via extensive underground tunnel networks. Even seemingly minor details, such as the precise text on warning signs like "Stop," "Turn around," "Forbidden Zone," have been documented. The inclusion of locations for protective gear and weapons cabinets further illustrates the comprehensive nature of the compromised information. Moreover, the modernization encompasses critical support systems. The documents mention the integration of modern IT systems, essential for command, control, communications, and data processing. Advanced heating, ventilation, and air conditioning (HVAC) systems are also detailed in the plans. These systems are vital for maintaining operational environments within the facilities, especially in underground or hardened structures. The specifics of these systems, if accurately depicted in the leaks, could offer insights into the operational capabilities and potential vulnerabilities of the modernized sites, particularly concerning cyber threats or targeted disruptions of essential services. A significant aspect of the leaked information concerns the alleged involvement of European companies. Products from several well-known firms were reportedly used in Russia's nuclear modernization efforts. These include Danish companies such as Danfoss, Grundfos, and Rockwool. Rockwool, a supplier of insulation materials, was mentioned in at least 23 blueprints, while Danfoss, known for valves and controls, appeared in 5. This involvement seems to date back as far as 2009 for some suppliers. The reports also implicate products from companies based in Germany, including Knauf Gruppe, as well as entities in France, Italy, the Netherlands, and Switzerland. The documents allegedly provide specifics about these international supply chains. For instance, a minimum of 110 Grundfos pumps and valves were reportedly delivered in 2019. In the period of 2019 to 2020, 474 valves and thermal elements from Danfoss were supplied. These products were often delivered through external distributors, which can sometimes obscure the final end user. Notably, the demand for Rockwool products reportedly continued even after Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. This raises questions about the efficacy of sanctions and export controls, and the due diligence processes of companies involved in international trade, especially with sensitive sectors. In response to these revelations, some of the implicated companies have issued statements. Danfoss's chief of communications, Kasper Elbjorn, stated that the company no longer sells its products in Russia. He also commented that the valves supplied were intended for hot water systems and were hardly crucial for the modernization of nuclear facilities. German company Knauf Gruppe, whose Russian subsidiaries are reportedly still under the control of the German parent company, has condemned the Russian invasion of Ukraine. The company also announced its intention to withdraw its business operations from Russia, reflecting the complex decisions faced by multinational corporations. The leak has prompted reactions from security experts regarding its potential consequences. Tom Roseth, an associate professor at the Norwegian Defence University College, offered a stark assessment. He stated that the leaked information does make them, the Russian facilities, potentially more vulnerable. Exposing detailed blueprints, security measures, and internal layouts could provide adversaries with valuable intelligence. This intelligence might be used to identify weaknesses or plan operations against these critical sites. Such a breach of security for facilities of this nature is considered a serious development by many defense analysts, potentially impacting Russia's strategic posture. While the details are extensive, it is important to view these revelations with a degree of analytical caution. The documents, as reported, certainly provide a second layer to open-source intelligence. They offer specifics that satellite imagery or other intelligence methods might not capture. However, in my assessment, these revelations, while significant as an intelligence leak, are not something that should cause widespread alarm. They do not fundamentally alter the existing nuclear balance between major powers. The core strategic dynamics remain largely unchanged by the exposure of these particular modernization details, however embarrassing they may be for Russian security services. It is crucial to understand the context behind Russia's decision to revamp its older nuclear systems. Many of these facilities and weapons systems date back to the Soviet era. Modernization is a natural and ongoing process for any nation that maintains a nuclear deterrent. The United States, for example, is also engaged in a comprehensive modernization of its own nuclear triad. Therefore, Russia's efforts are not unique or necessarily indicative of a new aggressive posture. Instead, they reflect a long-term commitment to maintaining a credible deterrent. Warning against overreaction in this domain is important. Misinterpretations can lead to unnecessary escalation or misguided policy responses. Some skepticism has also been voiced regarding the reporting by Danwatch and Der Spiegel. One point of concern is the lack of downloadable files or raw data made available for independent open-source verification. This makes it difficult for other researchers to fully assess the claims. There are suggestions that the reporting, while highlighting a genuine intelligence leak, may carry an air of fear-mongering. It is possible to frame routine, albeit extensive modernization efforts in a way that generates undue anxiety. A balanced perspective requires acknowledging the leak's significance without sensationalizing the underlying activities themselves. Ultimately, Russia's modernization of its nuclear facilities should be seen within the broader context of global nuclear practices. All nuclear-capable nations periodically upgrade their arsenals, delivery systems, and supporting infrastructure. This is done to ensure safety, security, and reliability, as well as to respond to perceived changes in the strategic environment. While the scale of the Russian upgrades detailed in the leaks is substantial, the act of modernization itself is not a spook or an inherently destabilizing action. Understanding these efforts as part of a continuous cycle among nuclear states is vital for maintaining a clear and rational perspective on international security.